Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course, and we are pleased to be joined by a person you will obviously see a lot on this channel because we are not tired of him yet. Rajah Caruth, the driver of the number 6 Chevrolet for Rev Racing in the ARCA Menard Series. How's it going?
I'm great, Casey. How are you, man?
I'm good. You've had a pretty crazy few weeks. So, of course, you made your you made your Daytona debut, and then of course made some. You got the Wendell Scott Award, and then you made like a brief cameo on the Bubba Netflix documentary.
Yeah, it's been a pretty nuts 2022 to start off, right?
Yeah.
Had some success virtually over the past little bit. That's been great.
Yeah.
And then the Wendell Scott Trailblazer Award, I've really wanted to earn that for the last little while, ever since I knew it was a thing, and to like represent the Scott family. Then I got to race at Daytona. Like, that's what kids dream of. So I'm really thankful for that. And I made a Stanley-esque appearance in the race documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, of course, the race. Bubba, I'll get into all that in a minute. But let's go back to the Wendell Scott Award. When did you first know that was that you were going to get that? What was your reaction? Like, how it's like, yeah, it's like, wow.
Casey, it had to have been like November, December of last year, because that's when we were done late model racing. When I was done in September after Martinsville, and I got the information. I got the phone call from Kevin in Florida, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And then it was true. Like, it's pretty unbelievable, because I was actually on the way to GoPro that day, and I like pulled over and I was like, wow. So I feel immense gratitude to have received it. I look at it every day in my apartment. It's awesome, just because of the work that the Scott family has done in generations before mine.
Yeah.
And to add to their legacy and start my own, I'm excited to get going throughout this year.
Let's talk about that. Did you watch? Okay, so let's talk about the Bubba documentary on Netflix. Of course, as you said. By the way, if you want to see him, he makes an appearance towards the end of the last episode. Yes, I have seen all 6, so it's been pretty good. If you want to, you should go check it out if you haven't seen it. It is pretty good. It documents a lot of things. Obviously, talk about that. I know you've watched all of them. What did you think of all that?
It was really just so inspiring. Like, especially when I first started racing, like, I guess 2-3 years ago,
yeah.
And even a little bit last year, right? Like, I felt like I had to code switch and like not be myself just because of the obvious, right? And not and etc. So seeing this and obviously letting results show on the racetrack, but also not being gun shy to say what's on my mind and use my platform off it. That's kind of what I gotten from this, and I feel very inspired by it. I literally finished it like Tuesday night or Monday night, and I shot Bubba a text, and it's just this really cemented like how big of a role model he is to me.
Yeah.
And some people are like, "Oh, you just want to be the next Bubba, or you shouldn't be you shouldn't try to be him." And it's just like, why would I not do that? Like, I grew up watching him on TV. His success racing trucks, that made me not afraid to chase what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
When I was 12. Like, we wouldn't be talking if it wasn't for him in that aspect. So
Absolutely.
Bottom line, inspirational and empowering is the words I use to describe it.
Yeah, obviously it talks about a lot of things. Of course, it just doesn't talk about, how that, the social stuff that happened, but it also talked about like 2311 and how it really kind of was put together.
Yeah, that's what I really appreciated about it, is because it also showed a lot of the behind the scenes stuff about racing that people don't know. Like, I cannot tell you how many people I had to explain to last year that, oh, he's in Gibbs stuff, he should be winning automatically. Like, it does not work like that.
Not like that.
It does not work like that whatsoever. They made that team like they had like less than half a year to make a whole entire race team. Although they used like some of the assets from Levine, like which was a 20th place team.
Right.
Like, I mean, what can you expect? So, like, I really appreciated shedding a light on everything that has to go into a race team, especially a startup team. And that really to start a race team, you can't really start from scratch. Like that's a good thing about the next gen. You can kind of like start from scratch to an extent. But like in years previous, like you'd have to buy into an established organization or manufacturer. Like that's what Trackhouse did. That's what MJ did and Denny, in order to be successful, right? Because you're not gonna go and win if you're just going and not going through an RCR, a Hendrick, a Penske, Gibbs, etc. But I really appreciated how it showed that, and I hope that kind of helps people understand that they're gonna win races. Like that's the bottom line, but it's gonna be growing pains, especially like Bubba racing for one team, right? Which would be that, and now being a team that has the assets they need to be successful. It doesn't happen overnight, and I really appreciated them showing that.
Right. So let's talk about you, Daytona. How do you think you did?
Daytona was fun. I think I did an adequate job. Didn't tear up anything. Would have wanted to finish a little bit better. But I mean, Daniel finished third. Tony finished like 6th or 7th in terms of the people I'm racing against full time. I haven't looked at the whole result list yet. But I want to see just kind of where the points are at right now. I feel like we're okay. This is really all I could really ask for my first plate race, like to not wreck, not tear up anything, finish just out one spot outside of the top 10 and 11th. Obviously wanted to win, but for a rookie, I mean, second big track, I don't think that's too terrible. And now I think at Talladega, I could be a lot more aggressive than I was at Daytona. And at Phoenix, I think I can go and win there. Simple as that.
Now let's talk about Phoenix for a second. I know that, of course, coming to that track where you have raced at, how big is that for you heading into really in a couple weeks? I know, you're not racing not this week or next week, but really kind of going into Phoenix. What's that going to be like for you?
I mean, I'm gonna really work hard to study up for Phoenix. I mean, I have more, I guess, assets and resources at my disposal that I've had really ever before in terms of data, information, film, etc. going into a race weekend. So I'm gonna really study up and make sure I'm on my game come Phoenix, and so I can get into there and not be kind of backpedaling into the racetrack. Be full stride and ready to go. So I'm really excited for Phoenix, and have the utmost confidence that Brad and Glenn will give me a great race car and I can go and win.
All right. Well, Rajah, Caruth, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and good luck at Phoenix.
Thanks, Casey. I'll talk to you later.